Let's see. Welcome in, welcome in. Ask your questions. I promised I would go live a little bit more often than I've recently been going live. I haven't been going live as often as I normally do, so today is your day. Ask your questions. TH Outdoors, hello. Hi, Adriana. How are you guys? Good evening, Shelby. I gotta figure out, I'm still learning YouTube live chat. Okay, so then not most popular. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Mars. Hi, Abraham. How are you, my friend? Hi from Tennessee. Hello, Julie. Hi, Teresa. All right, so what are some of the questions you guys had? I know there was a lot of questions from the last live, and I wasn't able to get through all of them. Texas Self-Reliant, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Island Times. Hi, Terry. Nothing. I just barely got live. I figured tonight, because the video will post tomorrow morning, that we would just do a little live where we can just talk about things you guys want to talk about. I love the fact that our community loves to ask questions and talk about things. Make sure you're smashing that thumbs up button. It does help me a ton. And I know it's probably pretty late on the East Coast right now. So tomorrow's video is a prepping item that I have not seen heavily covered. And to be very honest, I never even thought of it. And the reason I only thought of it is because my husband was talking about some stuff with construction. And I was like, what is that called? Can I go get one? And once he told me about it, I was like, done. And now we have one. I know it sounds like a mystery, so I'll show it tomorrow. But this would have helped out a ton when we lived in Alaska because we went through earthquakes. You won't be on long. It's past your bedtime. Oh, I figured, Julie. I figured it was pretty late. Costco versus Sam Clubs. Both okay. You lean more towards... So Costco is the closest to my house, Shelby. Sam's Club is in, like, the city. And I don't like to go into the city. So I actually steer clear of Sam's Club. I've done a few videos from Sam's Club. They have awesome deals. A bug out yacht. I would totally take a bug out yacht. Yep, Matt, I decided to go live tonight because the video that I filmed today will post tomorrow morning. So we are live. We are here. Great time when our kids are sleeping. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to make it. Oh, I feel that. So my kids just got done with dance, and then my son just had a baseball game and all the running around. And I try to do all of my filming when my kids are at school. I've never tried it, Sandy. So I only have for solar energy, I only have Jackeries. But that was because I decided if I was going to buy from one company, I wanted to make sure that everything was like kind of interchangeable. But I could ask if anybody in here has used Lion's Energy, please let us know in the comments, even if it's tomorrow or days down the line. Hello, Danielle. What's Sam's Club? It's kind of like a Costco. It's like a big box store. My heart breaks for Canada right now. Like, I feel really bad on what's happening, especially in the world of preparedness. My heart aches on it. Like, that is one of the many reasons why we left the state of Oregon and Washington, because of how restrictive it got. I want a membership to both, but my kids are obsessed with Velveeta Mac cups and I couldn't find it. Oh, okay. So Shelby, when I bought my Sam's Club membership, they have, Google it, but Sam's Club has an anniversary date and it's in the fall. But then you get it for like, I think it was like $10 or something. That's when I bought that secondary membership. These are your favorite lives? I try to interact with everyone because what I believe was part of my community is that I'm not a faceless creator, especially even like with TikTok, and I don't look at followers as followers. You guys are part of our community. You're part of typing in comments, talking and stuff like that. And so it's my job to try to get to know each other. You're originally from Switzerland, and Oh, Sandy, I didn't know you were from Switzerland. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Carrie, you're wanting solar. So a bunch of my mods have EcoFlow. They love it. I have Jackery. I love it. I've heard great things on Anchor, all of those, but I do really love my Jackeries because I feel like they've really upped the game with the expansion packs, and they're not too large and not too heavy. And I love that in their description, they actually show the weights of each one because I'm hauling a lot of the time by myself. And if I'm lifting up a 5,000 watt generator from Jackery, I know that that thing weighs like 98 pounds. So that's why I went with the 2000 plus, and then I can pick up the extra battery expansion packs. Once again, I'm only 5'1". Can I lift 98 pounds? Yes. Am I going to want to lift that and put that into the back of my Jeep over and over again? Probably not. And I love their tech specs. So on their tech side, they will show what is the best operational temperatures for those Jackeries. Now, the Jackery 5000 Pro is literally designed as an in-home unit. It does not handle cold whatsoever. Hello, Strong Eyes. Welcome in. It does not handle cold temperatures. So that's why I lean towards the 2000 plus, is because it said its ratings, it could go like negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And out at the property, it gets really cold. And with the wind chill, it gets about like -7. And I'm pretty used to that. So I wanted to make sure that I had a generator that could still do that. Rockpal brands. And then the company disappeared. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jeremy. Yeah, you just got to look on the back of your fridge or your freezer to find your wattage. Hello, Daisy. Welcome in. Yeah, Bushwookie has an EcoFlow. He loves it. Did I order the book? Not yet. Not yet. I ain't trying to go broke yet. I am not trying to go broke this time. What she can get for a solar Jenny to keeping the freezer going. So freezers, it's when what is it called? The compressor, is that what it's called? When that kicks on, that's what pulls the most of your wattage. So a really great test is once you do get yours, charge it up to 100%, unplug, plug in, run it. You got it. You want to make sure that you're going to be okay and have a general idea. Now, test it with a cloudy day, test it with a sunny day. That's what we did. So I tested it with a sunny day. I had my panels out and it was loading up energy really quickly. And when those generators, it's not a generator. What is it? Inside the back of the freezers and fridges, it's like a compression pump. What is it called? The cylinders kick it? No. What would it be called? I'm trying to remember what it's called. You hear it in your fridge. It'll go when it like kicks in a little bit more. But when that kicks on, that's when it pulls more of your energy. As long as your fridge doors and your freezer doors stay shut, they should not be kicking on. It's a compressor. Thank you, Jeremy. That's what I was thinking it was called. Once again, I am not a mechanic. I learn as I go a lot of the time. And most of the time it's during, I'll tell you about when my dryer caught on fire. That was the quickest reaction you would have ever seen from a household. But you hear it kick on, and it's when your doors open and close. That's why you keep your freezer and your fridge shut for a long time. Yes, it will. Like, I feel like they don't pull on my solar generators very hard at all. The compressor. Thank you, you guys. Have you noticed any shortages in your area yet? We did some grocery shopping last night. 25 items, 9 were unavailable. I have not checked, but I'm going to be checking tomorrow. I figured I was going to take you guys, since all my TikTok videos of let's go prepping at Walmart, and let's go prepping at the Dollar Tree, and let's go prepping at Walmart or Costco, or, that's kind of the known sound that I'm in, that's what I'll say at the opening of my videos. I'm going to take you guys. I don't know how it's going to film well because the sound there is very loud. The reset. I think the reset's been planned for a long time. It's been just a build-up, unfortunately. But I haven't gone to go check. But mind you, I only go to the grocery store about twice a month, Mimi. So my husband just did the last. I'll have to ask him. He did a quick grocery store haul. Like we're really quick about it because we don't try to. We try not to impulse buy. Steve, you caught me live. Awesome. I know. I see you in there typing in the middle of the night. You're like, hello. And I'm like, oh, I should write back so he knows. You have 2 freezers. I have 3 freezers, so Little Red Hen, I feel you on that. But Texas, what do you think on it? I think the reset, I thought it was going to be stalled out for at least another 10 years. But it may come faster than expected. Like right now, there's so much going on in the political atmosphere right now. Just so you guys know, like Ukraine is apparently giving in on the mineral deal. This is the word right now. And that there's talks of peace with Russia. But I do not see, like everyone looks at that as like, oh, this is a great thing because we get to recuperate some of the costs that was spent in Ukraine. But at what point does that officially make us enemies of Russia? Like, are we going to step past the Cold War era and go right in? Yeah, today, that's what's talked about is the mineral deal is approved for today and they're working out the others. On live chat. But I'm on my phone. I don't have my iPad out. We're building in Switzerland bunkers, every parking garage to be covered in a bunker and underground hospitals. What? No way, Sandy. During the power outage, I was able to use my 24-watt solar battery for a week this winter without charging. Very nice, Brooklyn. That means you were really conserving energy. Matt got his membership. That's amazing. For some weird reason on my phone, it doesn't show me memberships, but thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Strong Eyes, thank you so much for gifting that membership. That was so kind. Oh my gosh. I wish I could see because like on my computer, it shows it like flashes it. But I'm getting a different streaming setup set up there for us so that I'm able to like see more interactively because on my phone, it just doesn't work the best, unfortunately. We're following the same path we took in the 1930s. Similar. JS says we're screwed. It doesn't show me any alerts, Strong Eyes. Not when I'm on my phone horizontally. When I'm on it vertically, it shows it. But the issue is we get a lot of trolls. We'll end up with like 1,000 trolls when I go vertically because they're scrolling that FYP page or whatever they call it on here, shorts page. Strong Eyes gave 5 memberships. Oh my gosh. So while my phone is horizontal, if you guys see that, please type it in the chat because I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Strong Eyes, you are seriously amazing. You do not need to do that, but that is so kind of you. You have contributed to so many memberships. Switzerland is the smart one. They are building a lot of bunkers. That's amazing. We will wait for direct action against our troops or a citizen. True, Jeremy. See, the part that I'm worried about is we'll go into this mineral deal and then what will happen is something will happen where they're mining the minerals and it will be a strike against an American citizen or something like that. And that will escalate. This is 1930s tariffs set us deeper into a Great Depression. Yep, 100%, Christina. 100%. 100%. These tariffs, a lot of people do not take it serious. Like, I have been talking about the tariffs since January and what to stock up on. And now people are like, what do I stock up on? I'm like, there's like 30 videos. There's 30. Go read them. And the part is so many people are very naive because they go, well, these tariffs are not going to affect grocery costs. And I'm like, you realize that 89% of seeds are imported into our country to farmers because there is such a restrictions on seeds with farmers. I follow another YouTuber and he does so many, like he grows so much and sells, right? And he just ordered his seeds and he got slapped with 125% interest rate. He ordered was it $4,900 and something in seeds, and he got slapped. He ended up paying like $7,200. Oh my gosh, Matt, thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate that. One shows for me. That one shows. Sandy, thank you so much for the gift. You found me through Nate? Nate's awesome. Switzerland did this since World War I. Yep. Oh, it's letting me like things. Thank you guys so much. See, that one shows. Thank you, Strong Eyes. The news from the ports and the shipping companies is really worrying. Most people are capable of dealing with severe shortages. Yeah, most people aren't. Like, they're not capable of dealing with severe shortages, let alone empty shelves. And I think empty shelves is going to impact and create more panic than what we've seen. I think we will see with the shortages. So first of all, you're going to have the shortages. Then you're going to have corporations deciding to upcharge. Then a lot of people don't realize that by the time fall comes and it's harvest season, that most of the farmers ended up being slapped with 125% tariffs. One of my favorite seeds, it comes from Hobbs. He's here on YouTube, phenomenal homesteader, absolutely amazing. And he got slapped with that 125% tariff. And he's like, I think I have to eat the cost. And he goes, how do you explain to your family you have to eat like almost a $2,500 cost? And not everyone has the luxury of what I have and as what many other homesteaders have. Not a lot of people live in urban areas, and it's making me very worried. So if you do live in an urban area, I'm encouraging you to stock up as much as you can right now, because what's going to happen is you're going to have those shortages come in, panic's going to set in, and a lot of people in urban areas aren't able to grow their own food. I'm very, very blessed in being able to grow a lot of my own food. However, it makes me so nervous for those who are not going to be able to. A lot of shortages. Very nice, Shaz. Tree, hey friend. Kelly, thank you so much for the gift. Oh my goodness. Yeah, with the ports being closed, yeah, costs, yep, they're going to get more crazy. Baby formula is going to go up. Yep, And then think about that. Like, a lot of people don't even know the root cause. Hey, you did so good. I'm on live right now. I just got home. Don't be mad. Because I couldn't make it back. By the time I got back, Daddy should have told you that. By the time I got back into town from getting Kaylee, you had 1 minute left in your game. But I heard you hit a run, and normally I give you $5. But way not to be afraid of the ball. That's a pretty big incentive.
Wait a minute.
It's real. It's not fake.
It's fake.
It's not fake.
It's fake.
Good job on your hit. I'm very proud of you.
It's fake.
It's fake.
Okay, it's not fake.
It's fake.
Okay. I love you. Good job on your game.
Why did you not come?
Because there was no way for me to make it back from the studio to there. You had 1 minute left in the game.
How about you just waited for Keely?
Oh, no. Did Daddy tell you that I tried to drive to the game and I had to turn around and make a U-turn because of the traffic? Sorry, guys. He just got $20. Everyone says that you need to tell me that you want silver or gold. Which one do you want? Silver or gold?
Of what?
Payment. You want to be paid in gold or silver? He says gold. Smart kid. Smart kid right there. You can cost me some money.
So I get real gold.
Welcome in, Darwin. You really enjoy listening to my live streams like podcasts? Oh, that's amazing, Darwin. Yeah, he's a lefty hitter. He's 8. And most of the time when they're starting to pitch, they hit the lefties. They hit them with the ball. So he had to overcome some fear, some personal fear, and he did it tonight. Your garden's in 8 inches of water. Oh no. Oh, you're in the tornado zone? I'm so sorry, RDNK. I'm a prepper anyways, but we will see actual shortages quickly is what's trending. Yeah. I mean, it's getting a little crazy. Shaz, awesome with the tower. Daisy with the seeds. Yeah. Strong Guy says, I really wish I had land. Welcome in, Darwin. Shepherd, we're working on your garden to maximize every inch. That's what I'm doing too. Not wrong, the money is kind of fake. True. I mean, it is true, Talon, in its own way. Sandy, thank you so much for the gift. Holy cow. I was in Arizona for the past 35 years and moved to Tennessee last year. Won 4 acres, have rivers, many hunting options in your backyard. Oh, I love that. Oh, teach me the herbs and tinctures. My grandpa was really into that. Kelly, thank you so much for the gift. Oh my gosh. Y'all are going crazy in here. Thank you so much, Kelly and Sandy. I didn't mean to turn away. Just my son got home. He was very excited. You had flooding 3 weeks ago and we were in tornado zones. Oh yeah. And a lot of people, like I've noticed on social media, are like, I'm not having a garden this year. I'm in a tornado zone. Just do it. Just do it. I know that the weather is crazy and there is nothing we can do about that, but just in case, just try to have that backup to your backup. I need to add the gifts to the emu fund. The gifts are going towards my water well. So I appreciate it. That's actually how I ended up buying my freeze dryer was TikTok gifts. That's actually how I started doing live creations and actually just talking to our community on a regular basis. Is I was like, well, every penny I save is going to go towards the freeze dryer, and then got the freeze dryer. And our community is so amazing. Like, I guess some of you guys haven't known me for very long, but my mom tragically passed away last June. It hasn't even been a year. She was only 55 and she passed away. And I'm an only child, so all of that ended up on me. And so I used pretty much every dollar I'd ever made on any video to pay for her to have the funeral, because we grew up very, very poor. And she had always said, when I die, just cremate me and just throw me into the sea. And I was like, okay. And then on her deathbed, she was like, I really would like a really nice funeral and just really pretty flowers. And it broke my heart. And at that point I was like, you don't want to be cremated? She's like, no, I don't. And so we did everything. And she ended up with a beautiful casket, and our community has been nothing but insanely supportive, to the point that they even helped sketch out the design on the back of her headstone, because her nickname was Kermie and she loved frogs. And they came up with the sketch, and we put the sketch of the frog on the back because that was her obsession, was frogs. So I'm very close to my community. So like once you're like part of my family, you're really like, we're close. Jessie, because we love her. And she used to sit, so a lot of people knew my mom, because she actually used to sit in my live streams because she was so sick in the hospital. She was very immunocompromised. And so she would be in live every single day talking to everybody. And she was a big part of our community. Ooh, wound care. I would love that, Sandy. Even in urban areas, you can grow food in containers. Yeah. So yeah, exactly, Christina. That's such a great point. Cool Whip, sour cream containers, all of those. I grow potatoes in 5-gallon buckets. Like, I've done it forever and they work excellent. Tomatoes thrive in containers. Strawberries do really well in containers. You do raised beds and lower beds in your zones. Ooh, 1x12. Oh, I like that, Jeremy. Yeah, so Vernon, I feel very close to like my community. Like if I take a sick day, I'm like on Discord, I'm like, I'm sick today. My husband literally goes, I have to share you with them. And I was like, yeah. Cause I feel like a lot of influencers don't recognize their community. They just see it as, oh, that's a follower. I read every comment. I try to comment back to as many as possible. And Kelly, who's in here, she always has to tell me, she's like, don't comment back to some of those. Like, she'll have to reel me back in. You have a gopher issue. Ooh, containers. Yeah, that would make sense. Grand Thumb on YouTube? No, I haven't, TH Outdoors. I'll check that out. Let me write that down really quick. I'm looking it back up. Grand Thumb. I just started watching Hobbs. He's a homesteader and really like it. Grow bags, 5 and 10 gallons. Those are awesome too. And they work really great because when it gets too hot, so like Utah gets really, really hot and some of my plants are like, I don't like it. I will put those in, it's almost like a little kiddie pool. I'll just set it there in cool water and then they thrive even more. Ooh, what did Brooklyn say? I'm trying to go back. If you're expected a storm, might lose power, freeze a few liters of water. Yes, that is such a smart tip because you can also use it in your coolers. We've done that with insulin. Gigi, the topic is everything. That's kind of like the jam. I feel like we cover so many things. I have no idea, Tori. Strong Eyes and them have been explaining how to do the memberships. But if you're wanting to become a member like on Discord, it's absolutely free. My moderators will drop a link in. You can just go there and join. And there's recipes for canning. I mean, everything is free to you guys because I don't think that people should gatekeep prepping. I don't feel that that's something people should do. We shouldn't gatekeep it. I came in on your mom talk. Oh no, you're okay. I'm healing a lot. You guys are probably gonna see me go through it. I don't know if YouTube wants to see me go through it. I feel like TikTok really doesn't enjoy, but they're very supportive, where they want to be live with me when I'm at my mom's house, because she was such a big part of the TikTok community. And we have to start emptying that house. So there's going to be a lot of videos that come out and they might not be your typical prepper kind of videos. However, it's going to be something pretty much old school preppers. So I'm going to pretty much take you into a time capsule. I will not lie to you guys. I am pretty sure there is still water storage in there from 1992. I know that because I went downstairs because I was looking for something and I was in the basement and I found containers of water storage from 1992 and like 1998, I believe. And I think there was some from the 80s. I know it's strange to say that. Ooh, very nice, Daisy. Kelly just dropped the Discord invite into the chat. So if you guys do want to join the Discord, it's completely free. There's just a bunch of free recipes on there, freeze-dried recipes, canning recipes, ideas. You guys get to kind of share your thoughts and your feelings because every one of your voices does matter. Oh, awesome, Rage. But okay, so funny fact, this is like a mini bottle, okay? I just use this because it's smaller and it's easier to display. So, you know, like regular size Clorox bottles. Sandy, thank you so much for the $5 gift. Oh my gosh. You do fire cider? Send me the recipe. Drop them in the Discord, girl. Sandy, I would love to. Oh, I want to make your elderberry syrup. Hello. Hey, friend. How are you? I'm just going to start calling you the Marine. Hi, Marine. You got 12 grow bags today? Awesome. 9 zucchini. My zucchini grew really well in grow bags. They did really fine. Your mom passed on July 4th, 2021. Oh, I am so sorry. It does get better, but unfortunately it will hit you in the oddest times. Mine, it's really hard because, so I own that house. Me and my aunt share it. And me and my aunt are the only living family from my side. And so we share everything. And we split the cost equally. So like this year I paid all the property taxes and the insurance because they had helped replace the water heater for my mom. I helped replace the furnace. There's a lot, okay? There's a lot that goes into it. And she has picked up the burden so much. She has such a big heart and she's so caring. And I did all the funeral costs because I knew they couldn't afford it. And so I did all of that. But it's time to let the house go. And like secretly, like I wish I was famous and rich, because I would love to just buy the house, because it is such a big rich part, not rich money, but like rich part of our family history, especially like with prepping. And so I'm trying to be okay with the idea because she wants to sell. And so we need to start emptying stuff out. But once again, I was raised there. I was raised there by my grandma, my grandpa, and my mom. And it's a lot. It's a lot of generations to unpack, and what you're going to keep and what you're going to get rid of. And I don't know how I'm going to handle that. How long is water good for? I gave some bottles I found expired from 3 years ago. Only thing that makes water go bad is contaminants, to be very fair and honest. If you're not worried about like plastic particulars, I'm not. Some people get really worked up like plastic on the outside of a container getting into the water. I am not, because I drank out of military water buffaloes for so long. There's like nothing that's probably going to affect me. Yeah, Little Red, that's what they're talking about. It's going to be some time before we get to that point, but we have a lot of decluttering to do. So I'm going to take you guys on a journey, and it'll probably be like once a week while we work through the house, because I feel like you guys would be very interested in to see kind of how older generations of preppers lived. So we were talking about the Clorox bottles. So, you know, the regular Clorox containers, right? The regular big Clorox containers. So instead of having containers like this all the time, our family, and I'm talking for decades, when there was just the last bit of bleach in, and they'd swish it around, the container was already clean, and it was just like a little bit in there, left in there, and it was big containers. They would fill it up with water, and that's how they purified their water. And I have Clorox containers, which I'm going to have to show you guys. I think you guys would really like to see it. I'm a little nervous to go in there because there is a lot of bugs and a lot of spiders. And fun fact, I've been bit by a black widow in that basement. So fun fact, there's that. I did find an old school, I believe, a meat bucket. I'm not sure if it's a meat bucket. It was really hard to read on it, but it was considered a protein bucket. And that thing has to be from the 70s or 80s. Has to be. Has to be. We closed on the farm on May 15th. Congratulations. That's amazing, Pam. Take photos and pictures of anything in the house. It feels... So I am taking off like all the light switches, and then I am inheriting my grandpa's stove. So my grandpa's stove, the stove that I cooked on as a child, will be moved into the cabin we're going to put on the property. So there is a lot of things from the home that are going to be moved out to the property, because that is going to be a permanent fixture. Because why I bought that property is I want to pass it down to my kids. Hi, Jennifer. Takes me back to the basics, right, Strong Eyes? Check the back of the leaves and stems for eggs. No spiders. You have 2 tanks, large shed, 1 year water, always seal off. Yep, to prevent it from the fallout. Exactly. New Mexico is trying to eliminate eggs before they hatch. Wait. NM? Are you talking about New Mexico, or are you talking about like your chickens, or? But there's going to be a lot of things. I'm just trying to go through the comments. Oh, we're talking about plants. Okay. Yeah, you'll want to harden off your plants before you move them out. Especially like, so here in Utah, I've only moved my brassicas outside because last night we dropped down to 40 degrees, and the night before we were at like 68. You buy organic elderberries on Amazon. Did you all hear the Amazon's like trying to fight with the tariff thing? I don't even know what's going to happen. Who in here is concerned on the tariffs? I'm getting concerned. Like at first I thought it was more of a bluff, you know? It's kind of one of those things like when Trump said 51st state, I was like, oh, you're trolling. now I'm like, dang it. What the hell is happening? Like, I feel like I've said that so many times this year. Like, damn. You start your greenhouse and then you plant them outside at the last frost. Danger passes. Nice, Daisy. Oh, 100% Tiffany. Like, I'm very, very concerned on everything that's happening. And then when I'm seeing other companies that are fighting, and then like when I'm watching my friends that are farmers, they're getting hit with this 125% tariff. And when people aren't actually concerned, they don't really realize where their seeds come from. I actually buy a lot of my seeds from Europe because they have stricter regulations on hybrids and all of those things compared to here. The US is known for poisoning us. So hi, Billy D. Welcome in, welcome in. You're totally good, Billy D. How was work? Little number next to the price item show how much the tariff increase. Like, they're trying to like underestimate it. Like, every analysis that I've read is like, oh, it's going to be about a $2,000 increase on households. And I'm like, I really truthfully don't think it's going to be $2,000. I think it's going to be much higher, despite what anyone else is saying. When I'm looking at people buying seeds, and this is just homesteads that sell to grocery stores, once those seed costs and the production increases, and or you have farmers that are eating $2,500 worth of extra cost, they're going to have to raise their prices. They can't financially afford to eat that cost. They will, Shaz. So one of my favorite seeds actually is a tomato. It's a beef master tomato, and it's grown in a farm system, and it's sold all over the United States, but it's fantastic. But I had no idea that those seeds actually are hybrids from China. Not a clue. They make fantastic sauce, I'll tell you that. I love them for canning. But now I got to dabble into a different seed. I think the empty shelves are what's going to cause the panic. It's going to be those who haven't been stocking up and those who haven't been prepping while this transition or whatever is happening. Like I said, I'm pretty apolitical. I see the good side of it. I see the bad side of it. But people are going to hurt. That's why I said I really worry about those that are in urban areas that can't have a garden and can't grow an abundance of their food. Yep, sheep will definitely panic. Danielle, where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. You're waiting to see who wins your election. I can't remember if you're from Australia. Yep, Australia. That's what I thought. Canada just went through their election. How you guys feeling about that? Been saving and planting my own seeds since the Y2K. Same. I see it. On top of the tariff situation, bird flu might get worse. Yeah. Welcome in, Chrissy. It's empty shelves. Prices are insane. Organic strawberries are $9. I think it's wild. You're in Texas and haven't seen empty shelves yet. Yeah, I am going to go do some shopping tomorrow. Get some things done. No, Strong Eyes. We're not to terminus yet. I have to always like reel him back. Like, no cannibalism. It's not the road yet. It's not the road. Just remember, if you ever run into Strong Eyes during the apocalypse, he probably might eat you. Do you think lettuce will die in the Arizona heat if it's planted in the shade? Yeah. Mine goes to bolt here in Utah, and I'm just barely above you. See more farmers. But go with your heat-resistant plants, like your bell peppers. They love the heat. Even potatoes love the heat. They love the sun. Go with your heat ones. Tomatoes love the sun. I'm not happy about the results for everybody. Like I literally when I was watching that, because I have a lot of community members from Canada, and I was just like, this is rough. That's rough. We lived in Oregon and Washington, and we have family members that are very upset with us because we left Washington and we have never returned. We've never moved back. My in-laws are not happy about it. They all literally live in the same town, like down the road from each other. And we never moved there. And they could not understand or grasp the reason why. And it was because Washington and Oregon started to get extremely strict with their gun restrictions. Magazine capability, what you can buy, when you can buy, how you can do it. And both of us were like, nope, we're leaving. And we left to be down here closer to my family. And it was just, and we, like, even my friends that I graduated with are like, come back to Oregon, come back. And I'm like, no, there's so many restrictive laws. And it's really hard because sometimes people take that personally. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with you. I'm just very steadfast on what I believe. And if the state of Utah did the same thing, I would move. I'm telling you right now, like, I feel so bad with Canada right now, because if I lived in a different country or this country and they started to take that away, I would probably move. I don't know. How do you guys also feel about it? Joanne, we also left Washington down to Arizona because we like our guns. Exactly. Which state is the best for gun laws? Montana's amazing. Wyoming, Utah is fantastic. Colorado is not anymore. A long time ago they used to be, but they're not anymore. Your southern states, Texas, I believe Florida's pretty chill. I've never been to Florida. Danielle says, do not move there. You want to move back to Wyoming? Wyoming's beautiful. My cousins live in Wyoming. Texas loves their guns. That's why you live in the South. SF is like, that's why I live in the South. Yes, Tori, you can grow lettuce inside all year. I do that. Arizona's still good. Yeah, Arizona's been doing pretty good. There's a lot, they get a lot of pressure. Like, it's kind of 50-50 there. Louisiana's great. I don't want to, like, preach any politics because I don't take sides, but when it comes down to it, if you really love your guns, they have maps of the United States. It literally is red versus blue. I don't pick sides or anything. I love Oregon. It's beautiful. I love Washington. It's beautiful. But they don't love guns, so I can't stay there. Mass stabbing in Sydney. If it was a gun, it would have been way worse. Huh. That's interesting, Shaz. So I was in Tacoma at a mall right before a mall shooting happened, and it was stopped by good people with guns. Not all bad people have guns. Like, I mean, they do. They can have a knife. I mean, bad people are going to do bad things at the end of the day. Just realize that. Bad people are going to do bad things. But guns don't do bad things. It's bad people who do bad things. They don't fire unless you pull the trigger, or if you're driving around with it loaded and it bounces around in the back seat. And that's normally a user error episode. But that's just something, understand that. Like, a good person with a knife isn't going to hurt somebody with a knife. A bad person with a knife is still going to hurt somebody with a knife. Good person with chemicals isn't going to hurt people. Bad person with chemicals, probably going to hurt people. And we have to really think about that. We have laws in Australia about knives. Oh, 21-year-old tried to buying kitchen knives, and others tried buying kitchen knives at a grocery store. Couldn't get until she was 25. That's kind of wild. Not allowed to carry knives in Australia. In Oregon, to get a gun in Canada legally, then you have to lock it up so you can't use it if you do get one. I don't even know what the laws are. Tori, thank you for explaining that for other countries. You just ordered a Jackery 2000. Let's go. Did you get the 2000 plus? You gotta know what you look for. Good guys. Yep. Yeah. So it's a really hard thing for people to understand. It's kind of like, did you guys ever hear about the trend? Would you trust a bear in the woods or a man in the woods? And everybody went after the men. They went after the men. Bad men will do bad things. Good men don't do bad things. Raise your kids better. I know that sounds horrible, but raise your boys to be good men. Bears are still going to do some bad shit. They don't even understand. There's not a good bear or a bad bear, okay? Bears are instinctual, and if you are infringing in their area, expect to get cut. Ooh, Donut Operator has a great breakdown on incidents. Wow, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, Average Joe. I believe firmly in that. Like and same with women. Good women will do good things and bad women will do bad things. I mean, it goes hand in hand. Good parents will do good things. Bad parents will be abusive. Hi, Joey. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I do the 2000 plus because you can do the expansion packs on it. Yeah. Yeah, the plus, because it has the adapter piece. The Pro does not. Oh, yeah. Danielle, parent. Okay. Darren, you're funny. Kids, a lot of people are raising their kids to be little mini adults or adults with no rules. I was an only child, so I was raised with a bunch of prepper adults. So I feel like I always talked like an adult. I was always in with the adults, but I see a lot of kids like where parents are now substituting in tablets for parenting. My kids did not have tablets as children. They don't. Do they have phones now? Yes, because they do competitive sports and I constantly have to like be running around from place to place. And I need to have some communication with them. Yes. But they didn't have, their Playmate wasn't a tablet. Line Crosser is a good dude. They've all been in the military, probably. Who's experienced in growing Swiss chard? I planted a lot. They didn't go well as my zucchini a lot died during your transplanting. I am not very experienced in it. The last time I grew Swiss chard was in Alaska, and I'm growing it this year, but I'm a little nervous that I'm going to probably mess that one up. You're homeschooling your daughter because the school system is awful. Yeah, bullying is out of control. It's out of control. We're doing 250-gallon water totes tomorrow. We'll rinse with bleach. Work? Yeah. Splash it around with bleach. Spray it around. Should be good. You also can just spray around on the inside of the container and then just fill it up about this much and then open the bottom and let the sediments and stuff like that rush out of it. Discord's giving you a hard time. Joey, can you help Sandy out with the Discord? Kentucky Festival downtown in the fall, people sell and trade goods. That's amazing. It started in 1794. Wow. Wow. Check the expansion terminals on the Jackery to see that if there is there, then you can add your own batteries instead of buying the expensive expansion. Oh, Average Joe, thank you so much. They had a lot of good deals like during Black Friday and Christmas. I pretty much got those expensive extra batteries for practically nothing. And then the one thing that good that came out of the last 4 years is Joe Biden did put in solar. It's like a tax write-off. And I was able to write off all my Jackeries, all my panels, and receive a check back from the government. I don't reload. My uncle does all the reloading. So I do all the food prep for him. But I don't do the reloading. He does all the reloading. Now we have a lot of variations between. So we have obviously our ARs. And that's one that he is getting a lot better at. At first he felt like he wasn't doing it right, but then he's gotten really great at it. But I don't know what all he reloads. Okay. He just breaks boxes and my husband reorganizes that. I like to expend the rounds. A lot of the rounds. But I'm learning, like he's been like teaching me and it makes me very nervous because who in here reloads? Y'all are mathematicians. I just want to say that like I can and pressure can like the back of my hand, not even think about it twice, but I get nervous on every caliber, on every weight, on every, like, he has like stacks of books, like in depth. Show support. Oh, thank you so much, Brent. I appreciate that. Somebody tell me in there because it is intense. The manuals. Your husband's supposed to handle that? He hasn't actually started it yet. So my husband's been learning from my uncle. My uncle does it like, it's like a math wizard. And he's like, oh yeah, the grains and this, and he like knows it by heart. And I'm like, he'll like quiz me and I'm like, I have no idea. I'll go buy us 1,000 rounds. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just put in cart and hit purchase. And he's like, he can't stand me because I get nervous with it. Now he'll reload. So he did a ton for us. And I just sat there and I was just like, I don't even understand. Like, I don't understand it at all. It's the most beautiful process I've ever seen. But I get super nervous with it, Ace. I get very, very nervous. Now, the ammunition that I purchased myself, because I do carry a 9mm with me almost everywhere, I'm constantly purchasing that ammunition. I'm now getting a lot better with muzzle loaders. That's a whole new science to me. Just went on my first muzzle loader hunt and I still don't understand all of it. I literally was like, okay, can we go do archery now? Like, I don't know if I want to put in for a tag on this one again. It just, I felt very overwhelmed by it. You make all your own stuff, even including your gunpowder? Oh, Steve, you're thorough. Just don't underload. Overload bullets are still good, but underloaded barrel, that's what I'm scared of, okay? That, what you just said, Strong Eyes, like my uncle does it so fast. Have a good night, Brent. Thank you so much. He goes through it so fast that I don't even understand the process fully. Still learning. Every time I go into that room, he's like, what do you remember? Julie, have a good night. I'm trying to remember what else. So, I buy everything for the ARs. I don't even mess with that. We have shotguns. Gosh, I can take you. You guys just want to go. Hold on. We'll take you to the Freedom Seed lot. I don't think I can show what's in the containers, but I can just show you kind of how I stock them up, if that makes sense. So, we've got ducks in a tub. Things are questionable in my home. I live in a barn. But the way I like to organize, I organize this way. And then in this tote, we have cases of 1,000 and then we have more everywhere else. So it goes 12, 45, 9, 2, 2, 3, 6 arc, 40, 12, 12 on there. I can't show you what's in there because y'all will get mad at me. But in there is a lot of ammunition, and then in other containers. But you guys, welcome into one of the other areas. You guys have not seen that yet. So welcome. Hopefully that makes sense. But 6 ARC, that's new. That's a new gun. So now that one is the focus. Tarp in the living room, one for your duck, your runner ducks. That you can, that's crazy, the thought you can carry a gun everywhere you go. Yeah. So last night we were loading magazines because we go out and train a lot. So we had about, I want to say 20, maybe 30 mags to reload. We ducks grow fast. Yeah, 4 weeks. Yeah, they're huge. You have 19 chickens. You have 6 turkeys born yesterday and 19 chickens in the basement. Yeah, there's like 6 chickens over there. Nice. And so then we had to reload mags. I need to reload some of my 9mm magazines because the last time I went out at the property, I used a lot and then I procrastinated. And so there's been just empty magazines chilling in my car. I got some work I need to do. I've kept quails when I was in high school, but not in a long time. A very long time. You have 20 laying hens? Yes. Yes, Maureen. Those are the Costco ammo ones. I like them because there's the base. So what we do is we'll just pull out each. It's similar to what's above me. Because these are not ammunition, so I can show this on live. But these are the containers I like to use. We also have like regular 50 cal ammo containers from the range because we live right by a base. But so I like these because they do have the water resistant seals inside of it. And I have dropped these in water and no moisture has accumulated, which I really liked. But the cool part is you have this like trunk. So what I'll do is like take this and throw it in the back of my car, and then I'll just grab each ammo can and I'll just place it in. And so then I don't have an ammo can that's like falling all over the back of the vehicle. And then because it's like that, and it also has like little slots inside of it. You can't see that, but here you go. So you can ratchet strap that down, which I like. I like having options. Does that make sense? That's like my key phrase. I have to restock up on 308. You remember keeping ducks in your bathtub as well? I mean, it's getting crazy. 308, because I just bought a new 308 and I need to stock up a lot more ammo for it. I feel like our 223, our 9mm, our 12 gauge, like all of those and our 45s are all great. Like I feel like you'll never have enough ammo, but they're great. The newer ones, like my husband, the 6 ARC, all of that, my 308, like I just don't have enough to be happy, to be internally happy. Four chickens, 25 days old in the living room, 30 eggs hatching in the incubator. Oh my gosh. Okay, so y'all are just a complete barn like I am. I love that. I love that. But yeah, with reloading, I'm super nervous around that. That is a skill that I have not mastered. What is enough? I don't know. I don't think you'll ever hit enough. Are you asking me like a quantitative number? Like if we're really going to break it down? Well over 10,000 for at least 223. Like I can tell you right now, we have over 100 and something magazines that are 30 rounds each, and those are all preloaded. And we just reloaded like 20 more magazines. If you're asking about my 40 round magazine, like, and then just cases. But that is something we watch. Like when there is going to be a price increase, like we buy 1,000 rounds at a time. It's expensive. My uncle does a lot of reloading. I just get very nervous in it. So he is trying to teach me so I'm not so nervous. You leave my 308 alone, okay? You leave it alone. Leave my gun alone. Yes. TH Outdoors, yeah. So I grew up doing backpacking. A lot of backpacking. I have children now, so I'm supposed to return home. I only get like certain days off. But when my husband met me, I literally was like living out of my car and then literally living out of just random structures I built. He's like, you haven't been home in a bit and the children miss your face. So if you have a Discord, you might have to create a login. If you don't have one yet. Can chickens and quails live together? Mine did. The mag, I was required 10,000 rounds per rifle. And then 5,000 rounds per handgun, 5,000. I think we surpassed that. Definitely on handguns we do. Now on the new ones, no. We're getting there. But remember, we go out a lot. We go out a lot. It's saying it's a different person's IP. Huh. You might have to create a new account. What's my favorite? 223. It's my favorite. Then my other one is I'm telling you, the one I carry every day is a 9mm, and I love it. I love it. But I think it's just because I'm like emotionally obsessed with that gun. It's not the best gun in the entire world. It's perfect. It doesn't have anything fancy with it. Nothing. Like all of our other guns, everyone is very unique in its own way or different. I mean, we have guns from the Civil War. Like when I say enthusiast, we got some stuff in here. Some of it my uncle had to hold on to when we moved to Alaska because they would not let us transport it in the crates over Canadian lines because back then there wasn't serial numbers. So we had to leave it behind and then we got it back. Ooh, very nice. But the reason I feel I'm so attached to my 9mm is honestly, I don't even want to say it out loud. I don't even want to say it out loud. So it was the first gun I bought after leaving my ex-husband after domestic violence. And it was the first gun that I actually trained constantly with at the range. It was the first. And it is very well loved. Very, very well loved. Yes, Dylan, if I have the money, I'll buy a bunker. 100%. 100% Dylan. Do I feel like it has anything special on it? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. To the point that I don't even use its sights when I shoot. When I line up, I know if I aim. If you look at my hand, okay? So this is the same hand he broke, okay? So I have a piece of skin that sticks up right here. When I am aiming, if I aim that piece of skin, I will hit that target. I will hit it dead on. I do not need to even look at the sights. That gun is probably the biggest piece of crap. But it doesn't jam, doesn't mess up, and it's something that I can use without even questioning myself. Like, I don't even need to question myself, unlike others. Deplorable garbage. Welcome in, welcome in. I know that sounds really weird, but I think I'm a little emotionally attached to my 9mm. I'm sure some of you guys are out there emotionally attached to something else. Sandy, thank you so much for the gift. Okay, you have a SIG and 2 other AR. Springfield, hold on. St. Love. How much ammo would you recommend? It's a Taurus. Axe gonna literally start laughing and go, yeah, that one is not the best. It's a Taurus. It's just a Taurus 9mm. But I love her. I fucking love that gun, okay? I'd say, so the best deals you'll get on ammunition is when you buy in bulk. So if you want, like, if you're choosing to do 1,000 rounds, that's what we've figured out is 1,000 rounds is pretty much the biggest bang for our buck. And we rotate between like 5 different sites. Canada, we have a limit on how much gunpowder is allowed per household, 500 pounds. You have to know how much is in each bullet to do the math to stay compliant. I don't think I wouldn't survive in Canada. I don't think I would. No, I don't have an ammo limit. Maybe in some other states. You're 5.56. That's crazy though. I didn't know that. So mine is literally, it's purple. Okay. I literally bought like the most girly gun and I secretly love her. And every time I get with a group of guys, they're always like, ugh. And they always go to it. And then I'll hit every target and everyone's like, and I'm like, she is a piece of crap. But she loves me and she does her job and she never fails. And I think she was like the first, she gave me that confidence I needed. Mind you, I was in the service, right? Like I've shot everything. But after leaving a domestic violence situation where it was just me versus him, and I guess we're really getting to know each other in here. He broke part of my cheekbone. He broke my ribs on this side when I left. He snapped back most of my fingers. If you notice my hands, some of my fingers are super crooked and some of them are super big. He snapped all my fingers. And I took back my own power. I learned a lot of self-defense. I learned a lot in taking my own power back. And that's one reason why I do preach that everyone should train and they should train constantly. And you never know when something could happen to you. Sandy says your Taurus 9mm is very reliable and love it. Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite to carry. Yes, I do have a bob for every member of my family. I actually had some out over there because we filmed with them just recently this last like week or two ago. Now we're just reorganizing that back room. Different brands, styles. Smith & Wesson. So, yeah. So that was, I mean, that all happened while I was like deployed. Like that's what like the crazy part. Most of my other following knows. I came home on leave. I got jodied. I got jodied pretty hard. And I asked for a divorce when I came home on leave. I only had 14 days in the country and then I was going back overseas for like another 6.5 months, 7 months. And when I asked for a divorce, he withdrew like $14,000 in cash. And then I don't even remember the amount in total from the ATM. He took every dime I made. I was higher rank than him. So I paid for his rent for him and Jody. I paid all of their BAH and all of those things. And when I said I don't, yes, I agree. Yep. And I said I was done. I called my family. I said, come up here. My mom, my stepdad, and some friends from high school were coming up to get my stuff. And he lost it. And he completely psychologically snapped. And he took my phone. He took my CAT card, which if you guys were in the service, you don't know what a CAT card is, but you need it. Okay. He took my ID. He took all my cards. He took everything. He pretty much financially held me hostage, emotionally held me hostage, and then physically snapped. And by the time I fought back in it, but at the time I wasn't 21 yet. I did not have concealers. I did not have anything. I was only 20. I was only 20, but he had his foot on my throat. And he had me pinned and I reached for anything I could grab. I grabbed an Old Navy flip-flop and I hit him back, which is crazy that the Old Navy flip-flop got him to let go and move back. But I left a mark. I'm very publicly open about this because there is people out there that claim false DV and they ruin it for people. There's people out there that claim DV that have never been through it, and then there's people who've been through DV, men and women, that are embarrassed to actually admit it. Yeah, Jennifer, that's the one that took my ID, wasn't in Canada. Yep. But I hit him with the Old Navy flip-flop, and I snapped it so hard, obviously, that it left a red mark. And he got up. I ran into the bathroom, locked the bathroom door, banged on the wall. My neighbor, Jessica, that actually served, he was in the Navy, and she was in the Navy too, heard the fight going on, and I screamed, call 911, call 911, call 911. And he left, and at that moment he drove to the naval base and then filed domestic violence charges against me. I'm very open about this because I now really empathize with some men and women who have had charges falsely filed against them. And the cops came and they were like, knock on the door, and they were like, we're here for aggravated assault and domestic violence. And I had the door chained, and I opened the door, and I just remember the cop's look on his face, and he literally like radioed in, and he was like, we need an ambulance. And my face was completely, and there's no other words for it. It was fucked up. I was fucked up. That man had done so much damage. Like there's still, like, I have scars, like, you see that lump right there? Like there's no coming back. Like my face will never be the same as what it used to be. And I've had to accept that. It's been 16 years, so I'm now more capable of speaking out on it. And those cops, so we packed up all my stuff. I went back home. I was like, I just want to be as far away from him. I don't want anything to do with him. Whatever. He'll keep the money. I don't even care. Like, I was just done. I was like, you cheated on me. You had a Jody, and then you beat the shit out of me too. Like, it was absolutely insane. So I just went home, and then I went back to Iraq, and he had went to file restraining orders, even though I wasn't even in the state. And they shot down his orders because they were like, she's not even in the state. Oh, Mike, you just got a notification. Welcome in, welcome in. Sandy, I'm so sorry you've been attacked. It's definitely a game changer. Like once you've been attacked, like it changes who you are. It changes everything about you. And I went back to Iraq, and all of a sudden I had formal charges being pulled against me, and I almost lost my gun rights. I'm very open about this. That's why I think it should be a crime to falsify police reports, falsify domestic violence charges, because you are literally, that was the only thing he had left on me, was he wanted me to get a discharge from the service. And my entire company was sitting around. We were on a Skype phone call with the judge, and because they couldn't verify it was me, and you can't raise your right hand, you just have to sit there. And I did not expect what was about to happen on any level. We were sitting there, and all of a sudden they said, is there any witnesses? And the door came open, and it was the cop who responded, the medics that responded, the cop's partners. I didn't realize the cop who had responded was partners with somebody who I deployed with. And they all came and testified, and all charges were dropped. And then they actually had it documented that he made falsified reports, and I was able to fight back. And it was a very long, but that was the first gun that I bought for myself after I turned 21. And I love that gun. I love that gun because it gave me a lot of my own strength back. And even though I grew up hunting and I owned hunting rifles and stuff like that, but to be able to conceal and carry and know, because at the time I was only 20, I could not conceal, especially in the state of Washington, that there was no protection for me. So just a little feedback. So that's why I always say train, take your power back, document everything, and prepare for the worst in people, because you never know. People will show their ugly side. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep it till the day that it just starts jamming. I'll just be in there just lubing her up. Hello, just talking to her. But she gave me back my power. And it's one of those things that I will always remember. I'm 36 now. I was only 20 when this happened. So, I mean, it was 16 years ago, but yeah, it's just like a part of me. And that's one thing that I always like even teach my girls, like my daughters, like nobody ever put your hands on you. My son even knows that. Like my son hit his sister, or my other daughter, obviously. And I was like, you never, ever, ever put your hands. And then my daughter hit him. And I was like, you don't put your hands either. Like, don't do that. So every time when you see me shoot with a purple gun, I don't know how much I'm allowed to do on here. I hear I can do a ton. It just depends if YouTube likes you or not. Y'all might have to fill me in on that. We'll see if I get demonetized randomly. But if you see the purple 9mm Taurus, you know the story. And then you guys, all 65 of you can be like, I know the story behind that. And even my holster is like bright pink and bright purple. It goes inside my pants. Nobody really can see it. But when I slide it out and I set it inside my vehicle, like it sits in a little nice holster holder on the side. But I do love that gun. And some people get really like, don't forget to smash that like button after that trauma story. But yeah, there's like physical features about me. I'm very open about it. So right here was broke. I have part of my lip was ripped off. So you can see that there is a line here, around it. I have scarring, and then my hands are like the biggest. So when people make fun of my hands, I get like really self-conscious about it, because when you've had all your knuckles and your fingers broken, you never kind of look the same. And that made me learn that I could handle physical pain a lot higher than most people. They do make laser sights. So there's another one. I don't remember the name of the laser. Hold on, let me think. It's not on my Taurus. My Taurus, I just know that one very, very well. So my ex is diagnosed. He's a diagnosed narcissist. And he was going through a complete psychological exam, and they think almost sociopath. He had no... Joey, you made fun of my hands before. Is that the name of it? Is it Crimson Trace? So the biggest thing is when you're scared that somebody is going to come for you, because a lot of domestic violence survivors, they do have PTSD with that. Mine was gaining my voice back, like gaining my voice. Like even my husband, he was like, when I went through it and I went through all the court cases, we started dating right after that. And he was like, I never talked about it. I never talked about the court hearings. I never talked about anything. I didn't want him to go into the court. I didn't want to involve anybody else in any of my stuff. And it took me... You guys might meet her. If you see somebody by the name of Do Re Mi in here, that's his newest ex-wife. And I testified in court for her and her children that she had with him. Because he does he's extremely dangerous. And I could have chose not to like the girl. And when she reached out to me at first, I said, there's two sides to every story. Just the same with like when vetting preppers, you know what I mean? You might think somebody might be an awesome prepper, an amazing person, a great asset to your community, but you never know who's going to actually like turn their shoulder on you or do something dangerous, because when human instinct comes in, people will do cruel things, just to gain normal, oh, wow, Jesse. I didn't go by my last name for a very, very long time. And I didn't have anything in my own name until I was 25 or 27. Like right in there was the first time I had my name. Now I'm published on everything. I'm pretty sure he knows exactly where I am. And I'm not scared of him anymore. And I never will be. And that's one of the reasons. So if you're here from Canadian Preppers, when I talked about self-defense, that's actually one of the biggest reasons why I took so much self-defense, is it was my size versus his size. He was over 6 foot. He was over 200 pounds. I was 5 foot, 5'1" on a good day with shoes on. But at the time I only weighed about 117 pounds, like right in there. Speaking of Canada, we're doomed. Send help. Bottle caps. We were talking. Oh my gosh, there's a chicken in a bag. What are you doing? Did you fall? Are you okay? Here, go inside here. Where's the other bird? Okay. Sorry, I had a chicken fall into a feed bag. Yeah, and then it couldn't get out. Bottle caps. We literally were making the joke, not a joke against Canada. Okay, first of all, I am so sad for what's going on for you guys. But in the state of Nevada, somebody bought 5 acres and claimed it as their own sovereign country. Okay, if you don't know that, there's a place in Nevada that they consider its own country. Okay, it's like a sovereign nation or something. It's so weird. Okay, but I made the joke. I said, well, I own over 80 acres. I guess we could like make it a sovereign nation, and then we can make little caches for every person. They can just put their own locks on. Is that bad? Like, I don't know what I would do in your guys' shoes. I would leave. Like, I don't want to sound rude and I don't want to sound crazy, but once they take your rights, they'll continue to take your rights. Have a good one, Ak. But once they take your rights, like, out of the top of the brooder box, yeah, that's how I feel. It is getting pretty late in here. Yeah, Australia, it's a slippery slope. Whoa, wait, what? Okay, I have not versed myself well in this. So, British Columbia and Alberta, I do love BC. I do love it there. Are talking about leaving the Confederation. So, are they talking about like completely separating off? Kind of like how like half of Oregon wants to split from the rest of the side of Oregon. They want to go with Idaho. I don't blame them in it. Well, I mean, Idaho, I'll be very honest to you guys, like over the last like few years and all the politics and stuff. Eastern Oregon was talking about that, Gigi, is that they wanted to separate off away from Portland and Eugene. If 30% of the population vote, huh? Wow. Good morning, cats. That's a good hope, though, bottle caps. That's a good hope. Like, because if they follow and others split, I mean, you guys are about to have your own Boston Tea Party. I'm gonna be there rooting with you guys. You need backup? Call me, okay? Because so Idaho, Oregon, no, not Oregon. Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Utah. I can't remember the other nations. I think Texas was also involved. So it was pretty much like a long strip. Thank you, Sandy, so much for the gift. They'll take your rights too, martial law. And remove your stuff around to protect your belongings. Yep. Hide stuff in your walls. And spackle your walls so they look good. Okay. They're less likely to look at spackled walls that look normal. They'll look behind pictures. They'll look behind shit. Just re-put it in. You know exactly where it is. In case of an emergency. Have you seen the caches that Atlas Bunker's making that go in your foundation? They're really neat. Like really, really neat. So those states were talking about with everything that had been going on over the last 5 years, well, they were talking about taking gun rights. This was a lot of stuff going on. There's been a lot. Like, I'm not going to lie, over the last like 15 years, the United States has been a complete dumpster fire. But 2 years ago, things were becoming much heightened as a dumpster fire. And especially during the pandemic. You had all these farmers working, and then they were like, people were being fined and all kinds of stuff. And there was talk between our leadership, between all these states. I can't remember what they called it. They called themselves their own like thing, but they were talking about separating off from the United States because of all the issues during the pandemic. I don't remember what it was called. I should know this. Good night, Thomas. Have a wonderful night. It is very, very common. Abuse is common. It's common though. I've helped with DV cases, and there's women out there that are just as violent. Okay, there's a lot out there. It's definitely not one gendered, for sure. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Darren. Yeah, you have to find a good one. It's hard. It's hard. It is very hard. I don't even know what time it is right now. I should probably know this. So we should probably wrap this up and leave it on a good note and a less depressing note, because we don't want those kind of things, okay? Those kind of things are, it's hard. And then I would hate to end the live, and then that's what you guys think about before you go to sleep. And let's not. Just remember, you can empower yourself, a lot of self-defense training, take back your own control. 8:41 on the West Coast. Okay, so it's 9:41 here. Thank you, Barry. Barry's from Utah. I'm like, I don't even know what time it is. But remember it, like, taking back your rights. Train. You're only as good as your skill. So if you own it and you never train with it, you're probably not going to be that great. Unfortunately. 23:43. 11:43. It's almost 12 a.m. You're probably stressed out. I mean, Canada. When does that bill come in? Is bottle cap still in here? When does that bill come in? What is the name of the bill? I know more of our bills' names, but when is that going to happen? When do they vote on it? I hear ducks swimming. Is that the weapon you're talking about? Yeah, that was the gun I was talking about. I just said I'm like a little emotionally overly attached to that gun because it was the first gun I bought after that situation. Hello? Yeah, come down here. Okay. I would hope that they wouldn't comply. Trevor, I would hope that they would resist. Because here's the thing. They're trying to buy back guns, and it didn't work very well because nobody wanted to sell. Exactly. Well, and the thing is like Trudeau handpicked their candidate. Like, once again, democracy is dead. Democracy's dead. It's the same with, I don't like to get into politics, but I'm so sorry. Harris was not nominated. I cannot remember what the other gal's name was and the other guy. They were the leading front runners for the Liberal Party side, and they had worked so hard. She was handpicked. the one that's in Canada right now was handpicked by somebody that they had wanted out. That is like 10 times more extreme. Yeah, she was installed. And that's where I got really frustrated with it, because voting is very important to do whatever. I don't pay your bills. You don't pay my bills. I don't pay your taxes. You don't pay my taxes. I don't live on the same income as you do. And you know what I mean? Like, I will never try to influence anybody in any which way. Okay? You guys get to make your own decision. But the part of it is you have these pre-elective seats to where they get established and nominated, and they broke it. They broke that. They broke that a lot lately. And that is where I'm like, this is such an overstep, because stop getting so attached to a candidate. There's all these other people that are running for the same seats. What happened to them? Oh, thank you, Tori. You're so sweet. He was in charge of the Bank of Canada during 2008 crisis, and then working for the Bank of England during... I didn't know that. See, bottle cap, I don't know much of that history at all. $30.06. See, there's so much that I don't know from other countries, like the names. I need to get better about that. I'm working on it. But I really do think selecting and electing who you want to represent is dead for a lot of countries. Been to a certain island. Sounds about right. See, I wouldn't know what I would do if Canada separate. Like, what do you guys? I don't want to say something dumb, because once again, I don't know if you call them. Do you call them providences? Irish passport and a European. That's a lot of passports. That's pretty questionable right there. That's a lot. I mean, my husband's got a regular passport and a red passport, but they're providences. Thank you, LKM. LKM's also from Canada. I don't know. Like, what happens if you guys don't separate from it? I just want to ask those questions. Western provinces separate will probably be going to become Americans. Hey, you want Second Amendment? I'll give it. I'm totally cool with it. You know, they don't really like us here either. Okay, so there's that. I don't know if they would. That's crazy. Western provinces separate to become Americans. Wouldn't they want to be their own country though? I'm not saying that I wouldn't like accept you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, just food for thought. You guys could call yourself the OG Canadians. You're 63 years old, Canada male, and you've never had a passport. LKM says, I'll join America to be our own sovereign nation. Right? Like, couldn't you claim sovereignty? I'm not sure how that all works, but y'all are living through some tyrannical times right now. I could understand if it's Mike Carney, right? If he was elected to be in that position, but he was hand-selected. He was hand-picked. $3 dogs and a paw. Thank you. Thank you so much for the gift. That's so kind of you. I don't mean any disrespect, because I love Canada's amazing. But I feel bad. I feel like watching it, it's like one of those gut-wrenching, like it hurts. And people who aren't empathetic to that just put yourself in their own situation. What if you had your rights stripped away? And in Canada, they don't even call it gun rights, right? It's a privilege, it's a permit, it's all those things, right? But I couldn't imagine if the state of Utah elected somebody and they were like, we're getting rid of everything. Like I would feel sick to my stomach. Oh, Providences. Am I saying that wrong? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. That would hit, like I literally would pack my house up and be like, and we're leaving. Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. Cox needs to leave. 100%, Mike. We have our own problems here in Utah. If you had to buy me a coffee, YouTube would not take 30%. What do you mean? Does YouTube take 30%? I don't know. Do you want to know something funny? You want to know about how much TikTok takes? Do you want to get sick to your stomach? Anybody in here curious what they do to live creators on TikTok? You guys want to know? Because I've been a streamer for a really long time. TikTok's wild. Wild. I need to go. I hear the ducks diving in the pond or in the tub. So originally when TikTok started, it was like a 70-30 cut. And then it went to 60-40. And then over the last like 2 years, it was 50-50 on lives. If you buy me a coffee, you're way ahead. Yeah. So they take 50%, right, of everything you meet. So then the ban happened, right? And they went dark for whatever, how many hours that was, right? Came back up and it was removed from the app stores. And so all of a sudden they contacted all of us creators because the top 100, top 200, they all have managers, okay? So they tell us we have a mandatory meeting as a live creator that we have to be in for our rankings. So we go into this meeting. Now, we're talking people with like 10 million followers. It's a pretty heavy meeting, okay? We're all sitting in there. There's hundreds of us in this like Zoom call, okay? And they go, so awesome. Guess what? You might get to make 3% more. But we have some stipulations. And then they made a list this high. And if you don't complete everything in that list, they take 63%. And then they're mad at all of us because we all left. We were like, we're out. We're done. You already take 50%. We pay 20% in taxes, 25% you pull for taxes. So we only take home 25% of our entire earnings. And now you want 63%, and then we still have to pay 25%. So that, do the math, guys. 63%, then add on 25% for taxes. Tell me the percentage of what they would take home. So when I live stream over there, it's for fun. And I just walked. I was just like, I'm done. I love YouTube a lot more. You've heard other channels say, buy me a coffee. If it really does keep them from taking 30%. Huh. You're not monetized on YouTube. You're not monetized? You should monetize. 30 million lifetime views. That's amazing. That's amazing. This account's so baby. This account, she's just a baby. My TikTok account, I just hit 4 million likes, which was awesome because likes are hard. 4 million likes. I think my overall view count over there, I think is like last I checked, it was 70 million, but I've had a couple other ones go pretty viral. So I think I'm pretty close to 80 million views. I'm like getting there. Buying coffees through another source and they'll take a percentage. Like, oh, huh. Nobody needs to buy me a coffee. You guys are so sweet. Never quit. Never quit. If you like making videos, make videos. Christy, thank you so much for sending that link. I'm a little scared of YouTube Shorts. I'm not going to lie. Hi, Alexis. Welcome in. Welcome in. It was easier and fast. Your coworker went to Toronto last week and he said it was easy and fast to cross over the border. Nice. Buy me a coffee only takes 3%. Huh. That's pretty cool. Thanks for the tip. I didn't know that. I'm learning. I have no idea on YouTube. Gigi, I won't even lie. Like, I'm so new at the YouTube. Like, I think I've been more focused on learning how to edit and lighting and sound and visual as I grow here. Because TikTok, I mean, that's short-term content. And I've been focused there, so I really haven't looked into YouTube. I have not looked into YouTube. Start making short videos and it will pump your channel big time. But do hashtags matter on here for shorts? Like on TikTok, they matter on short or on short-term content. The hashtags are really big. The hook and the reel in. No, it doesn't. Okay. A few months ago and started getting more serious about prepping. You've never used a hashtag? Okay, so just post. Just go for it is what you're saying, bottle caps. You're just saying, just go for it. I don't know. Call you Caps? All right, I'll just call you Caps. I crossed over in Detroit about a year ago. That same ex I talked to you guys about stole my ID and left me in Canada once. That was the only time I've ever been to Canada. And I got trapped there. Red flag. Don't ignore those red flags. So remember, on your worst days, like your days that you're just like, man, today it sucks and I'm not getting through it, just be like, at least I've never been abandoned in another country and had my ID stolen so I couldn't enter back into my own country. Just remember that. On the worst, on your worst day, if you need a laugh, remember that. I was 19, okay? It was a little rough. YouTube Shorts boost your channel. They aren't skipping around through them. They're flipping through them. Oh, okay. All right. I like that. Judging by the stories of the guy with the one giant walking red flag. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. LKM, you can judge it. Hi from Montreal. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome in, Tyrex. Went in from Buffalo. Nice. It's called Silver Bro. He made me introduce my chickens. And you're a train wreck? Joanne, you're not a train wreck. I don't even think I've introduced anything. I don't even know. I came onto this side of the world of YouTube and I literally was like, hi guys, you don't know me, but you're going to get to know me. It was a little awkward. And I was an absolute train wreck. And some of those videos were absolute garbage. Except for my first 3 videos or 2 videos on TikTok. They took off like crazy. And then when I actually put effort into the videos, I was like nothing. Like my first video got like 9,000 views. And I had no idea. I uploaded it and left it. Like one of the very first ones that I actually filmed with my camera. It got like 9,000 views. Like right off the rip. And I'm pretty sure it's like one of the worst videos out there. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Good night, Gigi. Have a wonderful night. Welcome in, Paul. Be kind to animals, kiss a frog. I thought it was a cute sticker when I was in Canada at 19. I wonder why people were so mean to me. What does it mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, that's really neat. Oh. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that on the frog part. Well, if you're in here and you're French, I'm so sorry if I offended anyone by reading that comment out loud. I will give that little announcement. I'll have to go over there and subscribe. I want to see the chickens. I want to see the chickens. It's okay. Don't ever get self-conscious. Remember, there could be worse things. You could wear a bonnet and a Little House on the Prairie dress for Jace Medical, be skipping through the prairie to, oh my gosh. Yeah, Little House on the Prairie song. Yeah, if you're ever feeling embarrassed, just be like, CF, she does it already. She already embarrasses herself. Are they so cute? Hello, Pony Girl. Welcome in, welcome in. I've never had wild hogs. Are they good? I'm supposed to go on a hog hunt this spring. Three dogs, paw and paw. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's a good channel yet. It's still like in its infancy. I feel like I'm supposed to focus like on branding and like my thumbnails and like it's a lot. I wouldn't consider it great. She a little rough around the edges, but we're working on it. Check out his unboxing and let him know he needs a sharper knife. Absolutely. I'm so down. You want me to go troll your husband? I'm so down for this. Went crazy on TikTok and you're not consistent? Yes. I have like an old video on TikTok right now that's going crazy about it. It's like hitting 1 million right now. It's like so many people coming in. Like people are like, it's not a recession. It's a great, great, great depression. I'm like, dude, I've been saying we are entering a recession or a depression for like 4 years. Chill out. Calm down. We've had a rough one. Have a good night, little red hen. I feel like we're all having a rough run. Canada's having a rough run. Australia's having a rough run. UK's having a rough run. Europe's having a rough run. United States having a rough run. We're all having a little rough one. If we had wild hogs in Canada to catch them by hand. I know. Paul, that's what we were just talking about. Caps was telling me that they're talking about like separating off. that's going to be rough. What do you want to do about that? Can I ask you guys that without offending anyone? If they don't allow you guys to separate off and keep, I'm going to call it gun privileges, even though I call it gun rights, but I know Canada doesn't view it as a right. If they say no go on all of that, would you guys want to get a green card? I don't want to sound like a jerk. I'm like legit just curious of your guys' answers. Paul says, I want to be an American. I live in Wyoming and we have lots of wildlife. I live in Utah. I love Wyoming. Wyoming's amazing. Pappy, don't say that. LKM says, if they don't allow us to separate, I'm out. I'm already looking into a green card. See, that's why I wanted to ask the question, because I know a lot of you guys are from Canada, and I have a pretty heavy Canadian following on TikTok, and that's why I was like, I don't want to, oh, Trump already promised you guys a Providence and get 2 senators. Barry says, if you want to join us, put a smiley face. No, put the laughing face with tears. That's what I just put in for is my elk jaw. I'm nervous, Mike. I'm like anticipating if I'll get it. I want to get an out-of-state tag. Paul. I'm not going to read that one out loud. I'm not trying to get canceled today. I know, Mike. I keep looking. Jonathan says, I'm in Alberta and I think we will be American soon. That's why I was asking. I was like, I didn't know. Caps was telling me that there's questions of you guys separating off. Now there's 2 Senate positions being offered for both providences. I mean, I'm not opposed. I mean, we're all North Americans. Happy said it. King Charles would have an opinion. Does King Charles' opinion really matter? Inside thoughts. We don't say our inside thoughts outsidely. Because I still have questions about Diana. Oh, I said all of that out loud. LKM. Tell you how plants in Arizona is. Maybe you can tell me. Normally it will tell me how to do plants in Arizona in the east. Maybe you can tell us. I've never lived in Arizona, so I don't know. Johnson says, don't care about him. We're still under him in Australia. Ooh, Taco Bell. Yes. Diana was the best, and he killed her. Sorry, I said it. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that out loud. I think he did it. I think he said it. Indoor thoughts. Indoor thoughts. Inside thoughts. Get a Wyoming tag. That's what I want to do. He deleted. Jessica just corrected me. Deleted. Oh, can't say that word. Deleted. Thank you, Jessica. You are my teacher. Yvonne, welcome in, welcome in. What did I get from Taco Bell? It wasn't very good. I got like a chicken chalupa. My daughter likes the Dorito Crunch tacos. I'm more of a, what's the one where it folds in on itself? It's a Crunch Wrap or whatever it is. I like that one, but I went out on a different limb and I did not like it. He pulled a Carol Baskin. I can help with emergency wound care, medical. Ooh, love that, Sandy. Who did it? Your friend went to school with him. He's my 11th cousin, but wouldn't say anything. Wait, who? Who was your 11th cousin? Crunchwrap Supreme, thank you. Did it come with crayons? No, I don't eat crayons. I save those for the Marines. Charles is your 11th cousin? Oh, you're an electrician by trade? Have a friend that says the city Canadians don't want to join us, but others do. I asked if it was like 2 different camps, but they wouldn't say. Oh. Oh. So pretty much it's similar. The way I'm looking at Canada is it's kind of similar to Oregon. So Oregon is completely dictated by Portland and Eugene. All of Eastern Oregon is farms. And during the pandemic, they had a very big dispute. So they were shutting down logging facilities, farming facilities. Only essential personnel could be. They were ticketing people. I mean, it got really intense in it. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the pandemic, they started cutting off water rights to a lot of the farms. A lot of the farms that I grew up driving combines for, and they actually were talking about separating completely off from the state. Like it got pretty bad. Oh, I guarantee he's mad. I would be mad. Like I told you guys, like if my state told me I couldn't have a gun, I would literally be packing my stuff. Like I would not. What was that? Tori, thank you so much for the behind the scenes. That was so kind. I wouldn't stay. I wouldn't stay. Yeah, I heard he was thinking about, didn't he say like Montana or Wyoming? Those are good states. Montana is awesome. Darren, I would love advice on that because I'm putting full solar on some of our Connexes, right, I guess, storage containers to keep them leveled out. Oh, yeah, Willow. Canada's about to have a lot of boating incidents. They never cut the water off to foreigners. Mm-hmm. That would be the hardest part is you kind of have to decide what's attached, like what you're attached to. Like my in-laws, they all literally live in the same town, like almost like a community. And we left. As soon as they started changing laws, we left. So it's really hard to cut ties. I mean, you sometimes that sucks. I just feel for all of you guys. That sucks. I can't speak for what other people should do or want to do, but I can only speak for myself. And if I was in that situation, I'm already telling you, I would have already left. But now that that's coming out, I would leave. Like, that's just my opinion. If they don't allow you guys to separate, I would leave. I would leave. But I am one of those people, like, I don't have an attachment to things. Like, I wouldn't even hesitate. I'd be like, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something else out. Pony Girl, you're originally from California and you left before it got bad. Yeah. Like, I mean, I took a lot of heat from friends and family because I left the area. So I lived here in the state of Utah until I was 10, and then I moved to Oregon. And that's where I graduated from. I went to college in Washington. I deployed out of Washington. I worked at Fort Lewis. That's where all my friends, my family, like everybody, that's where everybody was, except for my grandma, my grandpa, my aunt, and my uncle here. And even my mom lived up there. And once they started changing the laws, I was like, nope, we're done. We're done. I'm not going back. I can do that tomorrow, Dylan. I'm about to wind down for here right now. I don't even think I have my kit. Like, I literally only have one of the new helmets right here, but everything else is hung up. Sorry, there's, don't tell. We got hair on it. I have a German Shepherd, okay, guys? But that's one of the new tack helmets. This one's from Redemption Tactical. I really like them. They're awesome. This one's my husband's. I have to go get my head size because I wasn't there for the sizing. But I'm friends with the owner. He's fantastic. I choose to always buy from my friends or local. Stay away from those big box stores, guys. And don't buy your body armor off TikTok Shop, please. For the love of freaking goodness. Safer where you are. Washington is too close to Japan and Korea. Oh, true that. Well, we lived in Alaska, and when everyone was talking about wanting war with Russia, I was like, y'all realize that that's like a hop, skip, and a jump, y'all. And everyone on the East Coast is like, we don't gotta worry about Russia. I'm like, yeah, but the West Coast is like, hey guys, shut up. We're not kicking them out of the party yet. You were born in Fort Lewis? Nice. You're training your beagle? So right now, my dog Magnus. Have you guys met Magnus? I don't know how many of you guys have met Magnus. Magnus is my German Shepherd. You'll see him in different things. So he is in very, very, very strict obedience school. And here he is starting to do the training for level 1 bite training, for protection training. It's level 1. Once he completes all of that course, which will probably be around July, I believe. And then we'll enter into protection level 2. And then we'll go to level 3. And he's getting so good. Like he is very, very smart. He's very, very quick. Right now he's learning his heel commands and to kind of like the way to walk where he's not too close, where he's bumping me, he's not too far. When he heels, we're working on maneuvering his hind side because German Shepherds have a big butt, booty, tail. They have a big one. So when they're trying to like shift, you're trying to teach them the awareness so then they can actually like spin around like a 180 very quickly. But he's working really, really hard. Right before I started this live, I just finished working him for a little bit. Speaking of which, I should probably go take all of his collars off. Flesh-eating attack parrot. All right. Thanks, Pony Girl. You love German Shepherds? Aw. German Shepherds are amazing. It's amazing. It's a lot of hard work. Like, when I say I got to train with him, like, an hour to 2 hours a day. Like, he's a working dog. Oh, you have to. Getting ready for whatever. I'm a little jealous right there. I want a Malinois so bad. I want one so bad. Somebody write my husband an email and tell him that I need one, okay? I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't think he'll let me get one. You got an uncle who used to train dogs for the police? Yeah, so we have a police trainer, a canine trainer, and a company. Yeah. So for us, like the reason, so Magnus got put into protection training. It happened when I was driving out to the property, actually. I went into a town that I go into all the time, and it's on my way there. And I got out of my car to pump gas, and so I was pumping gas, and the gas pump is on the driver's side, okay? So I have my door open, my dog Magnus is in there, and I have the gas pump, right? So you have like this little window area, right? So you have your the hose to the gas right there. And then you have the door open, like, cause you have your door open cause you got out. And I was just coming back and forth to talk to Magnus. And it was my very first time like ever being in that situation. It wasn't a bad situation. It just felt very uncomfortable. But the windows were unrolled on the vehicle, and this guy approached, and he was really nice, and he was a fan of my work and stuff like that. And no shame on him whatsoever, but he kind of came in and I was kind of like boxed, and I hit panic, which now you guys know the reason why I hit panic. And I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Because first of all, I never thought I would get recognized in public. I don't do much. But then I felt boxed in, and poor Magnus was just like, what do I do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't like this. And he freaked out. He did not like it, but he didn't know what to do, and he wasn't feeling very confident. And so that's the one reason he's in protection training is I want to be able to meet people and greet people and stuff like that. But I want to be able to have my dog be able to guard on command. Kind of just to alleviate that. Plus that helps a lot. Magnus would like hear. Woody, what is a Spanish Mastiff? But definitely it was a very unique situation. It went really well. Like overall, it was a really nice experience, but my dog really didn't know what to do with himself in that moment. And so now we're just building that confidence, and it's going to be nice to be able to have him guard on command or growl on command or bark on command, and understand that once he's released, he's allowed to, and giving them that confidence and never having to use it except for when we're working them on training. And in case shit ever hits the fan, you know what I mean? Because you never want, you know what I mean? You never want shit to hit the fan, but it would be very important for your dog to be fully trained. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to have your dog in protection training, and it's expensive, but it's, oh my gosh, he's the most well-behaved dog I've ever owned. Hey, Scottish Prepper, how are you, my friend? Good night, Marine. You have 3 dogs? I have 3 dogs. What kind of dogs do you have? I'm going to go grab the ducks out of the tub. You guys want to see my German Shepherd? Maybe I'll include him. He's sweet. He's pretty sweet. He's all over I feel like all over my TikTok. Ooh, Sandy popped a question. Do you think SHTF is going to happen? Yes. Yes, and the reason why I say yes is everyone's SHTF scenario is a little bit different. Some people is a financial collapse. Some people is, there's always a few of us out here hoping for the zombies one day. But some people, it's a pandemic that happened. World War III, that is very close. Nukes, that's happened in our history. There's so many things out there. There's so many things. So some people's SHTF may be a job loss. Some might be a house fire. Some might be an earthquake. You know, it just depends on what it is. But for me personally, like, I think we will see the way that the world's going. I would not be shocked. Like, do you really think in 30 years? Think about all the things that have happened in the last 30 years. I don't know if it could get much better. Matt, zombies would be awesome. Worked for a kennel that bred German Shepherds and took care of them. Aww. Eyes and hand signals. Oh, great instincts. I'll have to ask on that one, Tyrex. So right now he has a few commands right now for protection training. His commands are in a different language. I can ask about hand signals. It's just so that somebody else can't put him into guard or put him into a bite. That's the reason why we are doing a different language. No, I don't. Which is nice. Now, can I see it? Oh, yeah. Will I see that demolish? Oh, yeah. But no, I don't live close. He would not tread on an ant. Oh my gosh. My dog is super sensitive. He's sweet. Oh, Darren, you found this. Oh, there's a lot of you guys in here from Nate. Well, you'll have to go go drop a ton of comments on his videos. For all you ladies in here, though, his pants, like I talked about earlier on a live, the female ones. I did. I sent that text message. I sent that text message saying, do you think you can get these in all the colors and my size? They are amazing. They're amazing. I honestly, I was pretty big skeptic, very skeptic about it. I was like, first of all, when it's a guy telling you that they're great, and guys don't have to wear women's pants that have a fraction of a pocket, they're phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. If you have not bought that, you should. I've never tried those ones. So most of mine are from We the People, and it's the lower price one. It's the LAPD one. I think they're on sale for $47. Go. I literally said, I was like, I will buy every color, 4 pairs in every color. It is very rare that I find a pant that I like. A lot of my different tack pants, and I'm wearing these now comfortably on a regular basis. And I will wear something for 2 weeks before I give my full opinion on it. Something about the stitching I really like on the pockets. I haven't lost a tool yet. Normally I will lose or high rise. I don't, Sandy, I'll show you. I don't know what rise these are. The reason why is they're 2 sizes too big. I wear a size 4 in pants. They don't carry that size. So I went to a size 6. They were sold out. So we upgraded it to a size 8. So my pants are 2 sizes too big. So they're fitting very low rise. I believe they're a mid rise, but because they don't fit me right. But I'm not complaining because they work really, really great. So they work great. There's a big hole, but I conceal carry. So that works well for me. You know what I mean? But they're not high. So I like them and they're comfortable, and the stitching on the pockets, I haven't lost a tool yet. So if she broke something, she could say, honey, come here. Oh. Hi, Dragonbird. Welcome in. Welcome in. So I would say go up a size. At least go up a size. There's not a lot of stretch in these at all. they are go onto a site, Sandy, go onto a site, go to apparel, and then go to pants. And it's going to be, you'll see the male ones. The male ones have zippers, and it's the female ones, and they're LAPD ones. They were the ones he was talking about on the podcast. So I went and bought some. I bought literally like every type of pant in there to test it out. And I really like these. Like, really like them. And you can tell if I like something. If I buy something that's 2 sizes too big for me and I will still wear it, I love it. Is it the Atlas? Thank you so much. Getting ready for whatever. And now I'm purchasing the male version. So the male version has a zipper on it. And I was trying to figure out the conversion sizes. So like the smallest size in the males is 20 or is a 30. And then I'm super short, so I need like a 30 length or shorter. So I just bought a pair of those ones, and I'm excited to see how those are going to fit. I don't know if they'll fit my body right because I don't have a male figure, but I mean, and they might work out really well. There's so many pockets. Like, you got your cargo. Hold on. Hold on. I won't do like some fangirl stuff. There's that one. There's that one. My tack belt fits good. There's another one here. There's another one here. But the part I love is there's like a level cut. I don't know how to describe that. It's like a backwards J. I haven't lost a single thing. And mind you, I get in and out of a lifted Jeep. And then the other pockets. And then there's like 2 on the back. Women's pants don't have pockets. That is one thing I will always complain. Like, I just want to know who... No new clothes, dresser. Yep. But it's worth it. Yeah. They're very comfortable, Jessica. They are very comfortable. Like, I mean, I've literally been wearing these. I washed them because I wanted to see how they washed. They washed great. I've been wearing them probably every other day and then washing them just to see if I really, hi, Bobby, welcome in. If I really like them, and I give a solid 10 out of 10. The only thing I would say is they're not a poly blend, so they don't have stretch to it. So size up. I wear a size 4. I'm wearing a size 8 right now. I'd size to a size 6. Just size up if you're worried that it might be a little, if you wear more of like a poly blend like jean that has a little bit more stretch, I would size up. But they're not like ridiculous. Check out the Strikers. They're a flex poly blend. Nice. The theory is women's pants don't have pockets because we have our handbags. Well, that's ridiculous. Has shorts with the same. Do they have girl shorts? Do they really? Oh, are you like trying to like mess with me right now? Please don't tell me that like they go to my knees though. Do they have female ones? It's hit and miss. So it's like some of them, I have like tack leggings and they fit great, like, and they're great, but I still will occasionally lose my knife off my tack leggings, like the We the People ones. I have like 5 or 6 other brands. I've never been like overly impressed. I think that's because the one thing I do really like, I refuse to carry a handbag. The thing I really like, I'm trying to figure out how I can show you guys just like a little bit closer. This is going to be really awkward on the playback. The stitching. So do you guys notice, sorry, my pants are big on me. There is a J, an adjacent J going on right here. Even on my other tack pants, they'll put in a different type of fabric. They'll put in something and they'll be like, oh, perfect for carrying your knife or perfect for carrying a multi-tool. I will tell you every single time I lose a knife. I lose a knife. Getting in and out of my rig, jumping up on something, climbing out of the back of a tailgate, I will lose something hooked to that pocket. Not everything, something. And then I'll end up looking around for it and I'll have to find my knife or figure out where it went. I have not lost a single thing off of this. And I really thought that that was going to be the biggest thing I was going to be the biggest skeptic about, because I was like, I'm kind of a skeptic. I'm not like a praiser of things. But something about that stitching, I haven't lost anything. But I love those. Before surgery, I had pants similar to those. But I can't find anything. So I have a huge scar. So you might like these. So I believe these are supposed to be like a mid-rise. But if you buy up size, so I went up 2 sizes. So I have a scar that goes in a complete 360 around from my hips, all the way around my back and all the way around my front. And I have extreme nerve damage. And I can't even feel my part of my stomach. So if you ever, I might not notice. But I don't like when jeans rub on it. I don't like when certain pants rub on it. And these have not bothered me. I think it's the blend. Losing a love knife is an absolutely horrible experience. I feel that. I feel that to my core. I feel like that's why I'm like, I'll get a pair of pants and it'll be like, oh, there's a knife pocket. And I'm like, is it? Because if I lose my knife, I'm going to get mad. And if I get mad, I'm going to be vindictive. Does that make sense? Anyways, we should wrap this up for the night. I should go say hi to my family. I've been sick and down for the count all day today, but needed to get some work done. And come say hi to my favorite people. I gotta go say hi to my other favorite people. Always take flyers and give a knife an extra clip in a pinch. Right? Well, I always carry a multi-tool, and I've done that before, but still like the We the People. So let me tell you about We the People. I love their holsters, okay? Love them. Love them. They're amazing. Their shipping sucks. Like, really, really sucks. I ordered a holster, a couple pairs of pants. This was like 2 weeks before Black Friday. I didn't receive that stuff till after Christmas. Till after Christmas. 3 to 4 week processing. That's wild to me. You guys have a wonderful night. I'm reading your comments. They come in a little bit delayed. I hope you can post something to give us a heads up before. I just need to set up a schedule. I'm trying to figure out what works the best for everybody, if it's nighttime lives or daytime lives. A lot of my friends that are overseas, they prefer when I do a daytime live or an early morning live. Have a wonderful night. It's not the best holster. I just like it because it fits on my belt. So the only reason why I like that holster, and it's not, mine's an in the waistband one. I pretty much will carry a lot of different in the waist. The issue I found, and if you find a different company, get ready for whatever, because I was not impressed by their shipping, and I was not impressed by their leggings. Like one pair I really liked, and the other one I absolutely hated. The problem that I find is finding a tack belt that will fit my body. It's a stupid issue, but it's an issue for me. And I know not everyone's going to have that. So other people may love different brands and they love them, love them, love them. I've worked with 2 other tack brands where they were like, we would have to custom build you one. So my waist is 24 inches. Yeah, I have a belly band. I like one. I like my belly band. I have a couple like different ones that I will wear, but for my tactical belt, like if I want to carry a bunch of stuff or just for all different setups. I have it's about a 23.5 to 24-inch waist. So it's about a size 2 or 3 in pants, just right above a 0. And I really, 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 really struggle at finding belts that will fit. So companies will send me something and they'll say, oh, this is a small or an extra small, and it will fall straight off of me or it will be hanging. And then it's a liability because if I'm doing something, it'll get like hung up, it'll like hook onto something, and it just sucks. It's something that I just struggle with. Not every woman out there is going to struggle. Not every man is going to struggle with it. So I don't like to complain about it. Some weird contraption hooks to her bras. Oh, that was a fun show. Nice. Mine does not have weird contraptions up there. Mine actually just wraps around my waist and it's completely flat to my stomach, which I do really, really like. Huh. Oh, she has the one that hooks. I know what one you're talking about. Tyrex, this was your first live? Some of my drinks. See you next time. Mine was just a Baja Blast. I'm more sucking on the ice cubes because my throat hurts today. Sounds like you are frugal. That's awesome. You guys should join the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It's absolutely free. There's a ton of freeze-dry recipes. There is a ton of canning recipes. There's a ton of information on there, and that is free. It's a place where community members can just get to type and chat and get to know each other. It's really nice. And there's a plethora of information from books, from different inserts in books, different like media found, like downloaded online document. Like there's so much in the Discord. It's unreal and it's uncensored. You love the Baja Blast from Taco Bell? It's like drinking poison, but it's good poison. I don't know if I can say that word. Where's Jessica? She's going to become my PR rep. She's going to be like, you are not allowed to talk like that. You have an account on your main channels. This one, off the grid style prepper. Nice. Oh, I'm good. Jessica said I was good. Yes. Let's go. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go spend some time with my family. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys soon. Oh, yeah, before I get off. Is there any moderators in here that want to post a link to the Discord? You join the Discord. I expect to see a picture of all of them. I can send a bunch. There's one in there that has a pretty big stack. I don't know how far back it is, but it's in there. I have to go rest my voice because I have to film tomorrow. And this morning I couldn't even talk. I don't know if any of my moderators are still in here. Oh, yep, Chrissy is. Mike is. Oh my goodness. Chrissy just posted that Discord. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Chrissy, this is way past your bedtime, girl. I appreciate you doing that, but I really thought you'd be sleeping. I figured almost everybody would be sleeping. Good night, everybody. Everybody have a wonderful... She's like, I'm not going to sleep. Last time I left here, it turned into a circus. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for posting that. I seriously appreciate it. I really thought you would be asleep. Like, seriously thought you would be asleep. Sid's still up? Okay. If you guys don't know, Chrissy and Mike have been moderators for me for a very long time, years. Same with Joey. If you meet my moderators, Kelly's phenomenal. All my moderators are amazing. Billy D, all of them. They have been with me since the beginning. And they are a plethora of answering. Chrissy is a phenomenal homesteader. She is amazing and wonderful, and she does a lot of canning and homesteading, and she is a little cow master. And then Mike is a hunting guru, loves prepping. You guys get to see a little bit of Mike because Mike is part of our community. So Mike hates being on the camera, but if you go and check out the video, the Hillbilly Woodshed, you might catch a glimpse of Mike, and he's phenomenal and awesome. And he created that like on a whim. I think he just didn't want me to slap something together, but he is amazing. And then the Discord was created by Joey. Joey is absolutely phenomenal. He's probably asleep right now, but he did go off my ADHD thoughts and created a whole thing. Good night, Serena. Yep, we do a lot of canning on here. I stopped doing it on TikTok because my videos would get pushed back and it was like we were doing the same thing over and over. So on here, I already just did beef stew, which is up on the shelf. And throughout the spring and the summer, you'll see a lot more canning videos. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. Good night. And thank you guys so much for being here.